Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer working from home today. Listen, this is an iconic arcade hater video. I know you've seen other videos. Oh, this is not a hate. This is hate because we all hate when the customer gets screwed. Johnny D, what is up? We gave you the benefit of the doubt, right? You asked for forgiveness. I'm going to change my ways, this and that and the other. Where we at? Made the apology video, and then you go on a live stream for the update. No, you didn't do any of the stuff that you said you were going to do. This is terrible, right? Did you just copy the Tommy Tallarico plan? Tommy would be proud. Tommy would be proud because look, guys, look at me. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. What do? Pre-orders. Give me that pre-order cash, baby. Give me that pre-order cash. We got the cash. Then we got the first delay. Then we got a second delay. Then we got a third delay. What's going on? Right? That's what AMICO did. And then what did they do? Shh. They started making announcements and everywhere else, but not to the general public, not to the investors, not to the pre-order holders. You know, and I'm a pre-order holder. And same thing happened to me that happened to these guys right here. What's going on? When is it going to come out now? Who knows? Who knows? What's next? The quiet period. Let's go into a quiet period. That's why I made all these, all these comedy videos on with the AI and stuff on the shorts. You guys can go check them out. Where I play that sly salesman. We've all been in sales, right? A lot of professionals out there. And we fluff stuff up, but in this case, man, the pattern behavior is the same. At this point, you might as well start asking for investments. Just go for the whole gusto. Just go for the whole gusto. Now, unfortunately, he's not manufacturing these. He's not doing all of these, but he's the face of the company. You are the face, Johnny. You are the face that made people pre-order these, and the goods are not getting delivered. They're just not. The things that you promised on camera were not fulfilled. People were not looking for you to go on a live stream and update them that way. No, that is not professional, sir. You got a degree. You know how it's supposed to be. You work for large companies. This is not the way to do business. Absolutely not. What's the number one rule in business? Always be on time. Right? Salesmen, always be closing. What's going on? For you pre-order holders out there, what's the number one rule of investing? It's not making money, it's not losing money. So how many people what are you going to offer people now? You already gave them a discount, no more games. What's going to happen now? What's the holdup? Right? That's what people want to know. It's been over a year. It's been over a year. Credibility is shot. I can't believe people are talking about what other arcades are they going to build? You can't even build the first one. You gotta make the first one work. Why don't you just sell? You know what? If you couldn't get the software done, which apparently is probably the problem, if you got over the the cease and desist, hey, just start selling the cabinets empty. Just the screen, no apple pie, nothing. You don't have to worry about the software. People will buy it. I mean, how can you guys drop this is what is amazing to me, guys. What really blows my mind is that you have people with experience here that have a willing public. You have shills and people that want to buy these arcade machines, willing to put money over fist. Nobody can find anybody in a an investor, a decent investor to say, hey, you know what, the rate of return on this might be 20-30%. That's a good place to make my money. You can find one guy, even if Iconic doesn't have the money or whatever, you can get venture capitalists and sit them in a room. Look, this is what Arcade 1 Up did. This is the interest we have in this. Yada, yada. You fund it. We don't want to go to pre-orders because that has a bad connotation in the arcade community now because of everything that's happened. Now, what's happened here? If you want to open your own arcades in the future, here it is. You seek success. But even with all that, every advantage possible that you could give to a venture is being given here. And the project planning was crap because the risk assessment was crap, because how would you not know that our arcade went up was going to say something? Especially now that they've sold properties to, Basic Fun. It's just, amateur hour. Right? And going on a live stream, John, it shocks me. It shocks me that professionals such as you would think that would be okay. You could do that after you do some sort of announcement, which you could have done. Right? At some point, you have to cut your losses because it's your credibility now. Not that it was great before, right? But you said, you're turning a new leaf, bygones be bygones. Let's ask for some forgiveness, whatever. And then this doesn't look good for you, my friend. I don't think people are going to be ordering many pre-orders after this, because this is not the way you do business. Things can happen in business, guys, but you have to keep the public informed. Right? This is a detractor video, if you will, because I've been telling you, this is what you should expect as a customer. These pre-orders are interest-free loans. And the only collateral you have is that trust between you and the seller. Your refund is the collateral. But they have to show you some level of trust. You don't have any manufacturing pictures. You don't have any, user interface videos or YouTubers testing it out or anything like this. So, and you have no shipping information. All these things are very easy to do. Credibility could have been gained so fast. And if you didn't have it, and if you didn't have the certainty, right? In that video that he made, where he made all these promises, right, that keep people updated, if you knew then, right, that you didn't have the certainty, maybe you had the chance, the opportunity of getting things done, but if you at that point, if you didn't, you should have just said, look, we need to pause it for X, Y, or Z. But at this point, it looks like people have already been charged the other half. Now, when people would charge the other half, did they get the discount? Who knows? At this point, since there's no information, right, people looking at from the outside, criticizing it, rightfully so, because you've done a piss poor job. Piss poor. Right? That's your performance. All these people might be great people on their own, right? It's socially, maybe you're great at parties or whatever, but as far as your job performance, have you performed on this project? It has been absolutely a clown show, and it has hurt your credibility. It's terrible. How are you going to fix this? Right? How are you going to fix this? It's not by not announcing anything. Chinese New Year's coming up, and if these products are not done, if they're not even manufactured, you really have to be honest with people and tell them what's exactly going to go on. Because if the lines of production aren't set up because the software isn't done, you got problems, right? You got huge problems. And if you're a customer with pre-orders, having no evidence that these things haven't even been produced, you have some serious questions to ask these people, and you have every right to do so. I don't know where these people are, right? I haven't even looked it up, but I can tell you different states with consumer affairs have very stringent regulations, and they are not fond of these type of delays and stuff like that, guys. It's a whole bunch of trouble, right? But, every adversity is an opportunity. If you're listening to me out there and you want to be in the business of arcades, don't follow the Tommy Tallarico plan, which Iconic Arcade has done, right? Flawlessly. Delays, multiple delays, and silence. Oh, yeah. What are you going to say next? We're in formal pre-production. You can take all the terms, right? Delay. How about this? How about we do an audit of the funds? Like, where have they been used? What percentage of the pre-order money has actually gone to manufacturing? Let's find out about that, right? If you tell the public that, right, how much has gone to salaries, let's do a percentage, right? Manufacturing versus salaries, right? And the AMICO is 100% loan repayments and everything else, 0% manufacturing. Well, they lost $1 million, right? $1 million went to manufacturing, and since they couldn't finish the product, couldn't get it approved, they didn't manufacture anything. So they lost $1 million. Did that happen to you? Ooh. I don't know. I hope not, because people are very hopeful for these machines. That design on the street, on the Alpha cabinet is really good. I got to give it to you. I'm telling you, if you can't get it done, sell that. Just sell it empty. You have a community that's willing to build them out. You can still make some money, salvage something. Your credibility, I don't know. You're going to have to work at it, because right now it sucks. All right, humans. That was a hater video. You see that? That's what they're going to call a hater video. But I'm just criticizing their work performance. Your work performance is absolutely atrocious. Your delivery, communications, everything else has been absolute crap. All right, humans. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.